Speaking of, speaking of treating the protagonist like a human being, our next anime is My Life as Inukai-san's Dog.
Here's an anime where the girl isn't a bitch, but the protagonist is. Get it? Because he's a dog.
Oh God.
Okay, I'm just gonna say right now, uh, when I saw this show and the premise, and I know a lot of people are gonna call me racist, but I don't give a fuck. Okay, when I saw the premise of this show, I was like, this is the most white girl premise for a show I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, a guy becomes a dog and develops a romance with the human owner that owns him, and the reason
It's
why
so cursed.
and the reason
It's
why I
so,
immediately
so
thought of that
cursed.
is because there are way too many stories of white women fucking their dogs coming out online. That's why I immediately thought of that when I saw this, because I was like, oh my god, is this going to be a romance between her and the dog? But then I kind of rethought that because I was like, well, actually, this appeals to like a totally different like fetish than dog owner fucking their dog. This appeals more to the fetish of being the dog because it's from the perspective of a guy as a dog. And it's kind of like that fetish of being submissive and being treated like a pet, only taken to like the most literal extreme ever. It's like
So
we went
weird.
from Chainsaw Man with like Denji and Makima to this.
Have we learned nothing? Have we learned nothing from the show of last season? From the wise words of Chainsaw Man?
They were like, they really
This
looked at that.
show is a
Said,
nightmare.
yeah,
It's I didn't realize how bad it was going to be from like when you told me about this show, the way you described it to me, and I know you hadn't watched it yet. The way you described it to me, I assumed it was just going to be like haha like it's silly, but like it's not actually like that bad. It's just I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting what we got. For one, like the main character, he gets he gets reincarnated into like a little corgi.
yeah.
That's like I, I don't know. It's so weird. So his crush finds him, and he's like freezing or whatever, and she adopts him, and like it's kind of like treated as kind of a reveal that like the main character doesn't realize that he's a dog, and like it slowly becomes clear that
Yeah.
he is a dog.
But you already know that going into this, that he's a dog. Yeah.
That no one watching the show is going in blind.
Yeah. I mean, the title is literally My Life as a Inukai-san's Dog, so.
I didn't. The thing is, I didn't realize like how sexual this show was going to be because
Yeah.
I thought it was like I was imagining like the worst it was going to be is like Mushoku Tensei kind of thing where it's like the girl he's looking at like the girl and she's hot or whatever and it's like oh I'm a dog so I can look under a skirt or something like
I mean, that's pretty much
that's weird
what
but
happens. That's pretty much what happens, because it's like, oh, because he's a dog, we get like all these
mm,
angles. We get to
I mean
see all these angles of
yeah
her that you otherwise wouldn't be able to if he was just like a regular guy. Like you get the upskirt shot, and it's like you see her underwear and all that, and it's from his perspective.
they do that but what I wasn't expecting is that like she in the first episode she takes a bath with him
Yeah,
and it's so fucked up because she like
he licks his nose.
yeah she like licks his she sensually licks his nose like
Yeah,
okay it's important we cannot understate she does want to bone this dog
he definitely wants to bone this dog.
when she's like bathing the dog she's like got him like between her legs and she's like rubbing like she's like grinding on this dog it's like that is not normal.
But the idea behind the girl is that she's like I mean, he even says it himself, the guy who's turned into the dog, that she doesn't seem to be particularly fond of humans. Because like whenever her mom is around, or when the kids show up looking for their ball, she just like becomes more serious and like dark and aggressive. Whereas she's like way happier when it's just her and the dog. And I'm just saying, uh, the fact that she doesn't seem to be particularly fond of humans, but very fond of dogs. I'm telling you, this is a dog fucker. I'm just throwing that out there. This is
This show is like truly a nightmare in more ways than one because like so we've explored that whole element but the other thing about the first episode that was really uncomfortable to me is the whole petrification element of it me personally I get sleep paralysis from time to time, which is basically where you get caught in like the state between being asleep and awake.
Yeah,
So you're conscious, but you can like barely move your body no matter how much you struggle, and you like kind of feel
exactly.
like you're suffocating.
Yeah.
What? You get it as well?
No, I used to have it a lot when I was a kid. Not so much
Ah,
anymore. Yeah.
yeah. I get it like from time to time, and it is like one of the worst feelings in the world.
Yeah.
It's like it's truly terrifying because like in the moment it's like, what if like I just don't come out of this? What if I'm just like stuck,
Mm.
unable to move forever? It's not a comfortable idea. And this anime is like trying it's like trying to make it seem like this guy is in kind of a similar situation. That like even though he has like his full
Oh,
human internal monologue, it's like he's not
yeah.
able to control his behavior as a dog.
Like when she says sit, and he's like, no, I still have some semblance of dignity left. I'm not gonna sit. I'm not gonna. And then he just sits. Or like in episode 2, where she takes him, like, he needs to go pee. And he's like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna pee at, like, next to this lamppost or whatever. I'm, I've, I'm still human. I'm still human, damn it. And then he just starts peeing.
They don't even present it like comedically. Like you make it sound funny, but it's like the way they present it is creepy.
Yeah.
He's like really struggling to not do the dog things.
Also, when he starts peeing, like, she just starts taking a fuck ton of pictures of him.
Ew. Oh
It's
my
just like,
god.
why are you taking a picture of your dog taking a piss? Oh, there was something kind of interesting that happens here, though. That was kind of neat. From his perspective, when we see him look at his own reflection, he has like human anime eyes, but like from her perspective, he has the eyes of like a regular dog. I thought that was kind of neat. It was like,
Ah.
yeah,
This anime is fucking repulsive. 1 out of 10. It was boring too.
but it's got boobies in the uncensored version. There's like a scene in the first episode where it's just her taking a bath for like 2 minutes, like washing herself and nothing else for like 2 minutes. I don't know. I just found it funny because I was like, man, we're not even sparing time getting into like the fan service and the sexual stuff with the show. And we're gonna dedicate like an entire minute to her just bathing herself. I don't
I am begging anime fans, touch grass or something.
know.
Just go on E621 if
No.
that's what you're into.
You know, it's really funny because I remember on Twitter, this was before I'd seen the show, I saw like some translators complaining about how weird and fucked up the show was. So the only fun they were having with subtitling the show was just like with all the little jokes and stuff that they could add in there. And like of course you get like one of these like source material purists, and in all fairness, I definitely see where they're coming from most of the time, but like you get this guy who like quote retweets like the translator and is like, ugh, these wokies are coming after our anime once again. Why don't you try having some respect for the source material, you SJWs? And then the translator quote tweets him and is like, look at the source material. What's there to respect? Like, what is there to respect? There's nothing to respect here. But one more thing I did want to say though is this anime reminds me of like a movie that I once saw with like a similar premise, and by similar premise, I really just mean that a guy who turns into a dog. And I can't remember the name of the movie. Damn it! All I know is that the wife ends up realizing that it's him when he tries to say "I love you," and he like whines like dog whine. You know, like when a dog is whining, he like whines something that sounds similar to like the verbal structure, or like the progression of how he whines sounds.
Yeah. He was like,
Yeah. And that's how she realized, oh my god, this dog is my husband. And it sure would be hilarious if something like that happened here.
Somehow I have a feeling this anime isn't going to go anywhere and it's going to be several more episodes of more of the same.
Nah, here's my slight conspiracy theory about this show. Because this character, the girl, again, like I said, she comes across as like this sort of really dark and serious and sometimes kind of scary person when other people are around. Uh, and sometimes it seems like she gets off on telling this dog what to do. I'm telling you guys, she did this. She's responsible for this somehow.
That would be crazy.
Yeah,
If that was true, I might have to up my score from a 1 to a 2.
yeah. I'm calling it right now.